Anytime there's good news showing Trump holding his ground, Kamala Harris losing or not being able to catch up, we report it. This is John Mike Keene. I'm happy that you're here. Look at my big smile. We're going to do, this is all good news today. This is from the Hill. Now, it doesn't mean Trump's out of the hot water, but we haven't checked in on his polls in a while. Let's go to the Hill. Here we are, the Hill. Trump holds narrow lead over Harris in Michigan poll. Michigan's a big swing state. Trump's got to win this one. Former President Trump is holding a very narrow lead over Vice President Harris in Michigan, a new poll found.
If Trump holds North Carolina and wins both of those states, then he can lose Michigan, Wisconsin, and Nevada. It wouldn't matter.
DIV, Detroit News, found that Trump leads Harris with a 44.7% support to her 43%. Just less than 5% of voters say they would cast their ballot for independent candidate Robert F. Kennedy. Now and of course he dropped out of the race and he's joining Trump. Michigan, these other states, the Democrat Party tried getting RFK Jr.'s name off the ballot. And then when RFK wanted to get off the ballot in the Democrat states, they're trying to keep him on the ballot because they never cared about him being a member of a democracy. They keep saying like democracy on the ballot. They do not care about a democracy on the ballot. They only care about whatever helps them win. That's the rules. Who is attempting to remove his name from the ballot in the swing states like Michigan after backing Trump? Michigan Secretary of State denied Kennedy's request to remove himself off the ballot so that he could help Trump. There are 2.8% of Michigan voters who say they would choose another third-party option like Jill Stein, and 4.8% said they are still undecided about whom they will vote for. Among definite voters, Harris just barely takes the lead with 45% support. Trump trails Harris with 44% support among definite voters. Now, definite voters are not going to decide this election because definite voters have already made their choice. That is the reason why they're definitely for Kamala is because they've watched the news for the last 4 to 8 years and they hate Trump. Fine. And the reason why the Trump people aren't going to accidentally change their vote, they're definitely going to vote for Trump and not Harris, is because they're squarely in his case. So now the only people you really need to pay attention to are the not definite and the unclear middle voters. They're going to decide this election from here out. While Trump's favorability rating has remained largely unchanged since July, more voters say they view Harris favorably after her campaign launched. And as we know, she has done no interviews. This is purely media bias. This is just 86% positive news for Kamala. There's no new actual information. People have learned nothing about her biography or her policy. 42% of Michigan voters view Trump favorably compared to 51% who view him unfavorably. Harris sees similar numbers with 43% favorable to 49% unfavorable in July. 37% of voters viewed her favorably and 47% viewed her
as you noted, Donald Trump has to have everything, just hold everything he had in 20, flip Pennsylvania and Georgia, he's the president again. And so if Harris can win one of those states, that's a huge block.
They've got high unfavorables. But Michigan voters tend to think Trump would be better at handling the U.S. economy, no kidding, foreign affairs, and the southern border. Yeah, wise move. If you vote for Kamala Harris and you're voting for her to fix the economy, help with foreign affairs like wars and the southern border, you're nuts. You're stupid, or you watch too much TV and actually believe what you're told. They say Harris would do a better job strengthening American democracy. You know what that's about? They're like, democracy's on the ballot. You know, by her never getting a single vote is how she's going to strengthen it. And is someone they can trust more. We don't know why, but we can trust more. It's like that Saturday Night Live skit where everyone started liking Cats.
I loved it. It was much better than Cats.
And they were really being hypnotized during the show. I love it's the best show ever.
I'm going to see it again and again. I loved it. It was much better than Cats.
I can trust Kamala Harris more. I don't know why. We're going to keep tracking these polls. It's really going to get started in about another 6 days when the first September 10th debate between Kamala Harris and Trump takes place. That will start to move that needle all the way up through the election when we elect Donald Trump. I'm John Mike Keene. Subscribe.
It was much better than Cats.